but a swap followed by a light
Dead
bomb.
here. Four-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no! Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
Welcome to Linebus Forgets to update the title of the stream, because that's just what he does. And apparently he can't also spell, because he's just updated it. Pirates. That just doesn't look right, does it? Pirates. There we go. Now it should be correct. So, this is actually the first Nexus Division game I've gotten to cast so far, because I swear every single other Nexus Division game is picked up by one or two streamers in particular, but here we are. This time we actually have under Newb management versus Juice Pirates. Should be fun. I haven't casted Nexus Division in a while. These are all people who are far better than me, so I'm gonna try make some go, oh, this is like this, and then someone's just gonna go, no, idiot, no. They're usually pretty good guys from my understanding, and I by no means have anything against them. Right, but we do see that under new management banned out the Tomb of the Spider Queen and Battlefield of Eternity, while on the other hand we did have Juice Pirates banning out Towers of Doom and... Wait, was that correct? I was like, I looked at me, that's not meant to be... That's meant to be Sky Symbol. I just pushed the wrong button. Boop. They're right next to each other, no wonder. So yeah, those are our map bans. And actually, see, Garden of Terror is up first. As I like to say for kind of every match that I do cast, I don't know who chose map pick and who chose first pick, just purely because, well, I like keeping the results a surprise to myself, and as it keeps myself kind of unbiased. Unfortunately, it means yeah, sure, I have less kind of knowledge on scouting and everything like that, but it does let me kind of give the best cast I can, as not knowing the results I find kind of feels more honest, to say the least. It lets me kind of talk my mind a bit more and actually be invested in the game instead of me going, yeah, nah, Team X is going to take this because I read the results, so I'm not even going to bother doing X, Y, or Z. So, let's get into it without much more to do. So, let's just swap it over, click this play button, because we are in a replay, and I still can't figure out how to get rid of this. I was told apparently how, but it just brings up something else entirely on my screen. Anyway, on the side of under new management, I believe, I'm going to double check that it is under new management. Yep, under new management, we have Liddell is on the Anubarak, Zloff on the Space Yoshi Dahaka, Sneaky Glades on the... Oh my gosh, we have a Nazebo. I Just Fizzed is on the Tigers, and Ellen by default is on the Dog, the Puppy, Rhaegar. And on the left hand side we have Ketrams on the Li Ming, Alex Dude Guy on the Blaze, who I've been a personal fan of recently, love Blaze, Koi on the May, and Kamanmo on the Chromie. We do see actually Liddell gets absolutely spanked him at first bit, and that is Catram's finding the kill. It'll be interesting to see where this goes in the late game. So I just realized we have a double mage comp. Thank you, Venus. I found out that under Newb management picked this map, which it's not Infernal Shrines. I'm happy. I've casted a lot of Infernal Shrines of late. I think I had a string about 5-6 games in a... Oh, I just fizzed in danger. Let's not get distracted by what I'm about to riff on. They actually barely get out, and that is... I just fizzed probably just doing something else, but man, they're probably a bit scared there. But I think there's I'm going to say this anyway, I think it's a game of 5-6 matches in a row where I specifically passed Dragonshire, then Infernal Shrines. It was it's both 2 series and 3 series, but without fail it was Dragonshire, Infernal Shrines, Dragonfire, Infernal Shrines, then Praxis, Dragonshire, Infernal Shrines. I'm like, come on, variety. So it's nice to get Garden of Terror, because I think this is the first time I've actually casted Garden of Terror this whole season. And we do see actually the side of Juice Pirates are very much favouring getting these camps out, while Soak is being picked up pretty evenly by the side of Under Newb management, which I hope I see. Thank you, Venus, because I'm just getting informed that Under Newb management banned out Joanna, Junkrat, and Zeratul, while Juice Pirates banned out Garrosh, Hogger, and Diablo, which on this map makes sense for a lot of those heroes. Actually, Junkrat and Joe are both kind of nightmares, and on the other side, Diablo and actually Diablo and Hog are also pretty much nightmares on this map as well. Fast camp clear and a lot of walls. I guess someone must have been just be a very good Garrosh. Same for Zeratul, because you don't usually see it with banned out, but hey, it is what it is. Oh no, I appreciate the data. They're not spoilers. It's just I really just probably need to get like my partner to like go to my partner. Hey, give me like this information. Just put in like a text document for me, and I can just like look at it as I need. But no, as we do see now, the Alex Dude guy does use charge. Doesn't quite find it. I just Fizz, however, gets pushed back into the thing, but to Blizzard Purge using them. However, that will be VM going down as Leeming does find that combo, and that is a dead Tychus. I want to note that moving into the late game, a lot of these heroes do get spell armor. Tychus gets that activatable 75 spell armor, I believe. Liddell has that kind of, we can see W build has actually been picked up by Liddell, kind of softening the blows of the Chromie, and the Leeming is going to be very important. We do see now that Juice Pirates are going to be the one engaging on stealing a siege camp, which kind of disappointing. There's not an actual Juice Pirate comp here, but it is what it is. We do see now Chromie is the first one to go down. This fight actually, that is not what you want to see, since you had if you're Juice Pirates, you had momentum, but for Under Newb management, it's great to give momentum kind of back in your favor. As we do see 1 stack of Master Assassin getting picked up there, which needed. If you're picking Master Assassin, you definitely need that auto attack speed. And on the other side, we do see Nazebo is actually, just to look at quests real quick, we see Nazebo has gone full spider build, we see enhanced agility. Dahaka, we do also see a piercing light Anduin, which we're seeing more and more recently. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. It's not going to be... It's pretty even. They're pretty even comps. I do think the spell damage centric comp of Juice Pirates may be alright for the beginning game, but as we get into the late game, it may eventually kind of muscle into the favor of Under Newb management, as they have a lot of spell armor, a lot of kind of spell damage mitigating tools. As we do see a nice triple stun coming out, we do see Catrums and Winneman on the Anduin going down. We do see a nice ton going out. Koi and Alex Dude. Kanamino is going to go down next. We do see Blizzard trying to best, and however, there's a nice free-man kill for the side of Under Newb management. Grenade finds Koi, but won't quite end them. Nope, 30 health left. And that will be that second objective now going over the side of Under Newb management. That those level 7 seem to be quite a punch for them, actually. As you see now, Tychus is up to 4 stacks. I'm going to assume we're going to see Odin picked up soonish. But yeah, as I said, those spell armor, those beetles actually coming out does a lot to kind of eat the spells. That's what I'm looking for of Juice Pirates. So while I like the comp of Juice Pirates, I don't know whether we'll be able to kind of muscle through what Under Newb management has. See, Liddell is now on this objective. We do see Alex Dude Guy not quite finding it. We do see Zombie will actually trap them for a brief moment, but is able to get out, and we do now see that Heroics have come through for the side of Under Newb management, ignoring that Juice Pirates had already won from Chromie. But we do indeed see that Commandeer Odin from Tychus. We do see Kakuna, Nubarak. We do see a ton coming out onto Blaze. However, Winneman does get that. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to mess up those two names, aren't I? Yeah, and we do see actually Paul was used so that they didn't go down. I think so. Is Isolation to Haka. We do see Gargantuan Nazebo, so we're going to get a nice split pusher. And Ancestral Healing on the dog, Rhaegar. Yep, and Liddell's just going to get this objective relatively comfortably, and that's the third objective going over to the side of Under Newb management. So these 10s are going to need to be found pretty soon. That is an excellent dodge of the root by Zloth. However, oh, as I say, barely holding on. No, that Calamity finds him in the end. That Calamity is an all too potent ability that a lot of people know a lot about. But now we do see the rest of the 10s being the Heroics being picked up by Juice Pirate. As we see Chromie head with Slowing Sounds, we see Bunker by Blaze. Avalanche. May. We actually see Holy Word Salvation picked up by Anduin. This is a rarity to say the least. Typically you see Light Bomb picked up, so I don't know how this is going to work out for Anduin. I don't know. Just because 1, 2, 3 members of the side of under Newb management can actually get rid of it. We have 2 stuns from the Newb rack. We have the grenade from Tychus, and we have the tongue and isolation actually from Dahaka. So Anduin's going to have to be very selective of when they use the ability, and they're going to make sure they want to use it after kind of some major CC cooldowns have been used. I just Fizz looking to throw a grenade, does get nice 2 members. Liddell in a bit of danger, but does manage to burrow out those beetles, stopping those skill shots. And we do see that second objective is now going over to the side of Juice Pirates. So this 5th objective is going to be very vital for both teams, as it is going to stop. Is going to let you get the plant terrors, but more importantly, it's going to stop your opponents getting the plant terrors. So I imagine we're going to see a big fight coming up in a few moments, and let's just open up talents once again. I pushed the wrong button. Let's just open up talents once again, now that we're at this point, and I am pushing the wrong buttons, and now we're working. I forgot to push control. I barely didn't push control before I pushed one. Oh, we see tongue came out. Alex Dude Guy can pull back in. Tychus does get a grenade on him. Is going to start a step to try kill him. Will not be able to do it, but however, this will be this fort going down. Which, not good timing. Well, good timing for the under management, but I guess it's a very aggressive side plant seed for Juice Pirates, so they would have to step far away from their well anyway, but I imagine they're not wanting to give up this objective that easily. Chromie's just getting those Qs in. Sorry, I love Chromie. Chromie is actually the first hero I properly mained. I am very much a person who picks up a hero, gets bored of them in like 3 matches, and then goes away. And Chromie was the first character I played a lot of, to the point where it took a while for any other hero to overtake her, and she was only recently overtaken by Anduin, if I remember correctly. But as I'm saying, we do see these beetles keep taking up so much of the skill shots of Juice Pirates. We see Koi's getting low, we do see Blaze had to drop Bunker in the middle of everything, and we do see him jumping out. Alex Dugai in danger, extended far from their team. And while that four members of... Oh, Odin was just kind of jiggling a bit. And while that was a very good avalanche, it was a little bit too late. Winterman is now in a danger as well. Spider's just going at him, and they'll be then going down. And now we see Koi, Ketrams, and Kanramino is now getting out of danger. Right. And now we do see that everyone's getting... We do see these plant terrors are now coming out from the side of Juice Pirates. Chromie is able to hold on. And I'm just checking something off the side quickly. And we do see a nice stun. I'm going to have to respond to that later. We do see a nice stun coming out by the Blaze. Not quite able to find anything from it, but plant terrors are now pushing into these keeps. This one's actually still relatively healthy. We see this mid one's a bit less, and we do see Alex Dukai is just going to get blown up, and that will be another stack of that Master Assassin from Tychus. And we do now see these plant terrors are just getting pushed in. We do see this gate dropping. The top one is still up. It's not very healthy. It took a while to get there, but it is at least still up. And we do see Naz drops Gargantuan on the gate. And that will be Chromie just kind of finishing off plant terror. And as much crap as Naz can throw at the gate possible, it's not going to quite go down. No, that will be the Gargantuan going down before the gate will. You know, we do have a little fight going out here still, as we see Commandeer Odin that was popped and is just doing its best to push into it, and it is slowly running out. We do see that he did pop that spell armor that I assumed he would pick up. Just because, again, there is a Chromie and a Li Ming, two very heavy spell damage heroes. We do see now Alex Dude Guy is getting pushed back into. He does drop into bunker. They do need to get out to get that healing, and they are going to get that healing. Anduin's actually timing these very well. He's managing to get full heals off each time with them. Ancestral used onto Liddell, and I imagine that will be the end of that engagement as kind of they are out of resources. Look at Liddell's mana. Nubrak's mana is so low at this point. And right, things return back to calm. Bliss. Even. We do see that camps getting taken. Nature is restoring, camps are getting taken. So much like you would expect, just things being quiet, things being chill. Interesting pickup from Chromie. We have been seeing this fast forward talent being picked up more and more. Typically you saw the spell power bonus being picked up with either, well mainly the activatable, which I can't remember which is called, which is one I pick, or the other Sands one, which I also can't remember. Let's have a quick look at stats real quick while we're here and while we're waiting. We do have Siege is definitely in favor of the... Nazebo is actually doing very well with it. And even the Space Yoshi Dahaka is also getting up there. But meanwhile, Chromie is doing their best to keep up, same as the Blaze, but they're not quite able to do it so far. They're having a few difficulties, as you can just hear me putting in exertion because I just realized I've just dropped something straight onto my keyboard and I want to get it out immediately. As we do see they're trying their best to kind of zone out the team. Ancestral healing up in 15 seconds, but we do see that the side of under new management don't really want to give this objective over to excellent unstop by Alan by default. That Purge being used means it's not up for a little bit, but hey, it does at least keep your Tychus alive. Also, welcome back, Rocco. Hope you're doing well. We do have Sneaky Glades is getting pushed in on. They're trying their hardest to stop Koi from channeling. They won't be able to do it that time, and that'll be the objective going over the side of Juice Pirates. Sorry, let me just quickly respond to something that I need to for work-related reasons. Right, sorry about that. I am back. And we do see that Chromie is getting that vision. Koi does their best to slide onto it. Liddell goes straight into the Slowing Sands. And we do see now things getting pushed on. I just fizzed. Getting relatively low. Getting out safely. And we do see that these abilities are getting traded. Koi is actually going to slide in, not going to find it. Alex Dude Guy goes in with relatively low health. There'll be quick 2 kills for the side of under new management, and that would be the Storm Talents rolling in just now. We do have now everything pushing in, which we do have this bottom still pushing, Naz cleared mid, and the 3 members of I Just Fizz Allen by default, and Liddell is going to be pushing top, and we do see that it is now big red button from Tychus, as I didn't even look at talents, as that was Commandeer Odin pop. We also, I don't have alert command, Raka, I don't have any commands, it was very bold to assume. Traitor King Anubarak, this is something you don't see picked very often, but it does give that health bonus and baseline 20 spell armor, so that'll make, I believe it's, yeah, baseline 20 spell armor, so that makes Liddell constantly tanky into that comp. Apex Predator by Dahaka. I like it. Especially on these bigger maps, I do like it. Also got Gargantuan Humangoid? Yeah, Humangoid on the Nazebo, and Farseer's Blessing by Rhaegar, which I imagine, no, isn't actually up yet, so he isn't going to be able to use it. He's going to try his best to keep the team up. We do see that is a, oh my gosh, didn't even realize that there was a third interrupt on Dahaka for Anduin. As Anduin goes down first, however, that will be a Nubrak soon to follow down by Li Ming. However, that would be, this is so far a 2 for 2, as we do see then Li Ming managed to pick up the kill onto Rhaegar, but Dahaka managed to pick the kill onto the Chromie. Now, I just Fizz is in danger, trying my best to get out of dodge. Grenade manages to find Li Ming on way out. We see Dahaka manages to find the Blaze. Koi is now also in danger, and that will be a 3-for-4, very big, very extended fight for both sides. But however, under new management with those Storm Talents, we're able just to barely muscle out beside Juice Pirates despite them taking a less than opportune fight. Right, let me respond to another work thing because that's needing my immediate attention. So sorry, it's a Saturday. I don't typically get these messages.
Isn't nature splendid? Gather that seed for me.
Right. And we do see now this objective is getting picked up by the side of under new management pretty quickly. And respawns are all coming in now. And we do see this camp's getting picked up pretty safely. I mentioned we're going to see a lot of camps being just traded out. We do see Dahaka did get that kind of burrow up. And he will have a backup soon enough. He was scouting that camp, but just kind of didn't really press into it any harder than he wanted to because it didn't need to go down, which entirely understandable. Play safe. You have your full squad up. You don't need to go into a full team. Like, sure, you're a race car Dahaka, but you're still not the tankiest. You're not tanky. You're fast. There's a lot of bushes on the map. You're fast. Don't get me wrong, but Mei has a slow Blazer stun and a slow Li Ming. It's just chase central. Like, it's not necessarily something you want to deal with immediately. And that is the objective going over the side of under Newb management once again. So they're coming up to the plant terror once again, so we imagine we're going to have to find soon enough. That is the power of Apex Predator coming out as Alex Dude Guy does get pulled by Winneman after Tongue had hit them. But yeah, we are now playing safely once again, and things are just going to get traded. I imagine this camp is going to get done. Yep, as Catrums does kind of start it on off. However, Liddell and Ellen by default is stepping down to it, and we do see Dahaka burrow straight into Catrums. Catrums trying to get a combo on them, but actually uses repulsion to get him further ahead. Is off, or is almost thrown off by it. Does hit the isolation. However, Li Ming gets her abilities back in time, and now that is a good turnaround by the side of Juice Pirates. As Loft is actually first one to go down. We see that Ancestral Healing going up, but Farseer's Blessing getting a splash on him. And Ellen by default now in danger will be the next one to go down. And this will mean that this next objective is probably going to be on the side of Juice Pirates, which I'm very surprised that they chase. Like, yeah, sure, they chase hard because there's no one there, but as soon as Li Ming got out, I think that should have been a pull out. But it's a bit hard to tell. If you're hungry for that kill and see a blood in the water, you don't want to quite give up on it. Sorry, I'm just replying to something again. Sorry about this. As you see, just bottom is getting pushed into. Why does a work thing have to happen as soon as I'm messaging someone? Because I'm trying to organize things, which is wonderful, but I just want to cast, man. That's my Saturday. I'm not supposed to have these kind of messages. Oh, right. We do see objective is getting pinged as a warning. Well, objective area is getting pinged, but we do have Siege Giants fighting out. That's why, as we do now have the side of Juice Pirates clearing it out. People messaging me.
My little seed is on the verge of sprouting. Prepare to gather it.
Right, let's get back into it. As we do see that the side of Unknown Management is kind of getting pushed into a little bit. Objective coming up in 10 seconds, but Dahaka will be at least up there. And I imagine this is where we're going to see yet again another big fight. This time, the side of Under new management, maybe not. They're at least going to be expecting what is ahead of him and there isn't going to be quite the drop on them that is expected. That is as unexpected as last time. We do see Koi stepping up. We see Alex Dukai trying to get a charge out and does actually get cocooned for the efforts. Does get hit by the web wall, the zombie wall, but Bunker needs to get dropped. We actually see Anduin went. I haven't even talked about Storm Towns. We actually saw Anduin went Blessing of Stormwind, meaning that everyone gets to stay up just that bit longer, and it will be up soon enough. Chromie's readjusting to Sowing Sands. However, that'll be Chromie going down as Tychus finishes that. Commandeer Odin takes out another one. That attack speed just absolutely tearing through the enemy team now. As we do see that will be the third objective now being picked up by the side of under Newb management, and that may be all she wrote for the side of Juice Pirates. However, it's a bit too early to say that yet, so hey, we'll see where this goes as Catrums does get stunned by Liddell. However, nice double stun coming out onto both Liddell and Sneaky Globes, and that will be Alex Dukai, however, getting relatively low. We do see that coming out once again. Grenade finishes off the Hollywood Salvation, and that means that will be Anduin going down, and that will likely be the game. Yep. There is, yep, there it is. Catrums is doing the best, but it's game going over the side of under Newb management. Good, strong first showing by the side of under Newb management. Juice Pirates, well, maybe not had the game they wanted to. Now that I know they didn't have map pick, maybe I'm not quite as practice on it as they would like to be. So, let's throw it over onto my game summary screen. As a quick fist. And we see that, yep, the damage, look, there's a bit of a damage disparity by the end of it, as we do see Tychus was ahead of Li Ming, was ahead of Naz, was ahead of Chromie. So I do think that the spell armor from all these heroes on the side of under Newb management, Nubrak, Tychus, even Dahaka being able to dodge those skill shots, as well as Naz. Oh, he picked up Ice Block, which helps. Kind of just that whole general vibe of we're just gonna not have to deal with X ability because we have Y to counter did a lot for them. Naz did a lot of soak that game, should mention. Naz did get fully stacked, I believe, but did go Humongoid, so it didn't lean into that kind of poison viral infection that you see often, but still was very effective. This actually packs quite a punch because it's just you can use it a lot and you can use it often. And it does just that bit more. However, anything that stands out on the stats screen to me that Anduin picked Hollywood Salvation and its upgrade, you do not see those very often. It did work out a little bit, but after that kind of 20s, we can see that some abilities were definitely held for when that was starting to happen, and it did just kind of screw over Winnerman a bit. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to put myself onto mute, going to put my music back on, and I'm going to open the last map that I'm going to be doing for at least this stream, just because I do have things to do after this. Thank you, phone, for blowing up. But I'll be back with you guys in a few moments. Anyone surprised we have Infernal Shrines again? I'm not. It feels like everyone loves playing Infernal Shrines, so like, man, I keep casting Infernal Shrines. I finally understand what Raka means. Anyway, I'm going to jump over the map already, because we are already into it. So, let's start with this side, actually, because I lost the last one. We see Alex Dude Guy is on Thrall. We see Catrums is on the Li Ming. Kamonamo is on... Is that yeah, it is Greymane. Winnerman is on the Brightwing, and Koi is on the Joanna. And on the left-hand side, we see Zloth is on the Sonya. Ellen by default, and Anduin this time, I just fizzed, is on the... Ooh, we're on a Mephisto. Sneaky Glades is on... I nearly called him Glows. Sneaky Glades is on the Vala, and Liddell is on Mirrodin. Also, welcome Ektar. I believe both BOE and Tomb of the Spider Queen were banned out. In fact, yes, under new management banned out both those maps, so you can blame them if you were looking forward to one of those. I haven't actually had a chance to cast BOE this season because it keeps getting banned out. Fun fact of the day. We do see now that is a Joanna in a dangerous position as Koi is taking quite a bit of damage. Liddell is trying their best to keep Kanamo, just kind of hold back the team from the rest of them. As we see Kanamo is just kind of shooting them slowly but surely. Right, let's have a look at level 1, see if there's any stacking talents, because I love stacking talents. We see Laws of Hope for Joanna as well as Weapons Arsenal. Fire at Will from not even remotely correct on what the W quest is called, but I at least tried. But no, we do see that W quest Fire at Will at level 1 on... Oh, that's unfortunate. On Vala's, let's say, because we do see Greyman went down there. Brightwing phase shift actually still went off, but the way the Brightwing phase shift work, Brightwing gets to the position and then the heal goes off a few frames later. So what happened is Brightwing got there, but the heal tick didn't go off quite yet, and that Greymane went down just purely because there is that kind of X has to happen before Y with how the engine is, and well, unfortunately, X happened at the same time as a death happened, meaning Y could not occur. Which, unfortunate. Very unfortunate if you're Greymane, bit frustrating if you're Brightwing, but not the end of the world. It is just an early kill. Yeah, I say just an early kill. Early level kill, but it still is a kill at the end of the day. Other stacks, we do see Piercing Light's been picked up a lot more than I'd expect. And we do see that Frostwolf Resilient? Frostwolf Pack has been picked up. I don't know anything about Thrall. He fired at her, Hector. Will's a monster. But no, we do see phase shift coming out. Greymane once again is in danger. However, this time, Brightwing actually gets the phase shift off early enough to where we don't have the same thing happen. Nice pull from Anduin saving Sloth before that stun could even hit. Very heads up play by no, maybe not very heads up. It's a very telegraphed circle that's about to stun you. But it is definitely a good play by them, as now we do have all 5 members up for the side of Juice Pirates and under new management. And this is going to be actually quite a fight up here as Mirrodin is doing the best to kind of get the hammer out, get the damage out. We do see that first talent done. And this is very much just W build does favour this objective, as it does allow you to clear creep and do damage at the same time. Versus Shrine Skeletons and damage at the same time. I Just Fizz is now in danger. Nice double root by Alan by default, and that'll actually be Greymane going down once again. So that is now 2 kills to the side of under new management, and unfortunately for Greymane, both of them are on him. I imagine it will get a bit easier for Greymane once level 7s come in for them, because I imagine we'll see Quicksilver Bullet, but I won't know until we see it. However, level 7s are found for the side of under new management. We do see relatively standard array. Oh, hell yeah, heavy impact. Oh, I'm loving Liddell right now. I love this talent on Mirrodin. I understand that. Oh, Skullcrack is great, but heavy impact is so fun. Heavy impact is so fun for engages, especially if you have that physical armor. Yeah, battle rage as well. I Just Fizz, just getting that extra damage on the fort, a little bit onto the hero. It's not going to do too much. It is just an Arcane Punisher, which... Not the best first one, not the one you want to see, but it is at least your Punisher. So you have that at least going for you. I Just Fizz getting damage off. We do see him now in awkward position having to back out downwards. And you see Liddell and the rest of the team just backing out to safety as 7s are through both sides. And Yell's alright, Quicksilver Bullets. Also Calamity Li Ming again, not really surprised, but hey, that is what it is. If they manage to get a lot of that top keep, I imagine we're going to see Sonya probably doing the best to kind of push that in and keep that side of Juice Pirates just that bit distracted, which I'm still disappointed there's not a Juice Pirate comp here. I am going to be honest, that may have been one of the reasons I cast him. The other is like, I actually want to cast a Nexus div game. I haven't got to do that, just because I'm pretty sure the same person's casted all of them. But we do see now Liddell is in danger, does get collapsed upon. Does hit a nice hammer onto the Li Ming. Quins comes out from right wing. That trait being used, and we do see a lot of damage being pumped out. But fortunately for Juice Pirates, nothing is going to find them. Sorry, nothing is going to kind of gain purchase and take anyone out. Li Ming hits a nice hit onto Aegis Fizz. However, we do see that armor talent picked up for once. It's not something you see often. You typically see either the slow or the move speed. But if you're just needing to survive, that 25 armor does a lot. And oh look, what did I say? Is it Sonya just running it down? What a surprise! What a surprise, as we do have now Heroics picked up by the side of Under New Management. We do see Avatar Muradin, we do see, yep, Durance of Hate. Wait. Yes, Durance of Hate on the Mephisto, which is going to be deadly coming into the late game. Or even mid-game. I don't know how long this game is. I can see this replay timer down here, but I need to push this button to see how long it is, so I have no clue what's going to happen. Other thing, note, we do have Leap Sonya, Light Bomb Anduin, so we have a nice combo there, as well as, oh, actually, even on Muradin, it's pretty good, as well as Strafe on Vala. We see Rain of Vengeance a lot, but Strafe is going to be a fun one to keep an eye on. Heroics are now through the side of Juice Pirates, as we see Wave of Force Li Ming, Sundering Frog, Cursed Bullet, Greymane, Blessed Shield, Joanna, and Blink Heal Bright Wing. Alex Dude Guy is doing his best to get these kind of stacks up. Sunder hits just Alan by default. Light Bomb comes out by Aegis. They have a lot of engage for this now, I've just realized. For that Light Bomb hit Aegis Fizz. And they'll actually be Li Ming turn down as Aegis Fizz managed to kind of shatter Mephisto directly on top team, get 4 and get back up relatively safely. However, Koi is getting relatively low as well. That'll be a second kill over. We do see Leap coming out of Brightwing. Brightwing will be going down next. We see Sloth doing their best to rotate out that spinning and winning, meaning they are able to stay alive. And that is a quick 3 kills over to the side of Under Noob Management, further solidifying their lead. However, it's not. This feels much closer than the last map, I'm going to be honest. I say that, but only one punch is picked up. I do like that the camp. Zolf gets hit by Cursed Bullet, my word. We do see this top camp is now pushing up and out. We do see bottom fort is just falling to the side of Under New Management as that'll be first fort taken. Much like last map, it was that bottom fort once again. We do see now Sonya is having to clear this camp up top. You don't really want that Shaman pushing during this objective phase, just because it can get so much value in itself. And we do actually see Under New Management has backed off. They're wanting 13s, and there it is. So Juice Pirates kind of need to get what lead they can on the objective, because we can see that Under New Management is on their way in. They're wanting a fight. Liddell loses half their health in a matter of moments thanks to that Cursed Bullet and Li Ming combo to follow up. Joanna's actually taking a lot of damage, and we can see that all abilities are basically ready to go. We see Leap was used. We see, oh no, that's disastrous. We do see actually the Sunder pushes Zloth further into the team. We do see them Frawl going down, Brightwing going down as well. Koi had to use Shield just to get them and Catrins out, and that will be another decisive fight for the side of Under New Management. They're looking well oiled with these kind of combos that are happening. Sloth has been left to kind of clear this objective alone, while the side of the rest of the Under New Management team does push into these front gates, wanting to get as much value as they can. Cossony, Catrins, I don't know where I got Cosson there. Catrins gets pushed into, apparently it may be dyslexic. Fun fact. That may not actually be a fact, that's just I misread that. We're going to ignore it. Also, welcome back, Raka. Once again, we do have just a quick recap because I can't remember when you left. First map taken by Under New Management, they did manage to take out that kind of terror, but it did go into maybe 22 to 21 level territory. And now we do have Absolute Fiction. Welcome as well. Hope you're doing well. And this will be at least my last cast for a bit. I may do 1 or 2 with you, but I also do have some real life stuff to do after this. And we do see now Punisher is pushing into this fort. I just Fizz gets hit by Cursed Bullet. Their armor keeping them as healthy as they can, but the Cursed Bullet doesn't really care about armor. It is just a % damage. As we do actually, we do see Shard of Hate. Not a talent you've seen as often recently, because you see typically the talent that gives you cooldown reduction on your heroic picked at the 13 mark. But I do like this kind of pickup because it does mean we're going to probably lean more into the Lightning Nova build. Meanwhile, we see top was taken by Sonya during that. This next floor is going to be picked up. We see Glass Cannon Li Ming, which, hey, you're already dying pretty quick. May as well kind of get as much damage as possible out before that happens, because they do have that such strong engage. We do now have damage coming out onto the fort. We do see, yeah, full leap build, Mirrodin, love it, picked up. And as well as Skull Missile, so that Skull Nova, whatever it's, the thing at school, but I'm going to close this. So we do see Liddell actually getting relatively low here. I just Fizz is now in an awkward situation, does get hit by Fools. As I say, Root, but however, so much more is happening as we do see Leap. We do see that Mirrodin's on, and we do see that is the Fraud going down first. Koi is also relatively in danger, doing the best. However, that will be the Mephisto finding 2 extra kills. That kind of Skull Nova going off, as I'm probably going to... Let's actually check what's called, because I can't recall. Lightning reaction going off and just doing that extra burst of damage is such an issue if you're the side of Juice Pirates, because it just does so much. We do see under new management doing their best to push into this gate. However, it doesn't quite have the support they need there with them. And Cat Trims, because they are that glass cannon, they can still pump out the damage even if they're not going full in with their Calamity. Oh, Liddell finds a hammer. We do see Kenemo is in danger now. Brightwing does get phase shift off to them in time. Not having... I saw this Brightwing's like, I refuse to have a repeat of what happened in the first game. I refuse to let my phase shift go off and then just... Oh no, when it was done, I refuse to let my phase shift go off and then just not heal them. Liddell is now just going to take a big hit from the Brightwing. They do have Avatar back up in 6 seconds. And they are going to now hold this Jig. So I imagine we're going to see the Blessed Shield coming out now. There's an excellent leap coming out. There's Light Bomb follow-up. There is a double root. There is the Leeming and Brightwing going down. We hear Curse Bullet coming out onto Sneaky Glabs. However, that will be the Greymane soon to follow. And that is a very good camp fight by the side of Juice under new management. As Juice Pirates are just down, we're down those 3 levels. It's going to be very hard for them to inherently to get any fight now. There's Hammer going out onto the Joanna. Joanna in danger. Nope. Does pop Iron Skin to get out. And that will be this next kind of fort going over. Or at least gate being taken down. I'd like to see a bit more of a push. We do see Sonya starting objective in the back, and we do see now new management's getting of this fort. Let's keep, what they can. Oh, Thrall completed his level 4 quest now, so he will have that reduced recast time mana cost. And we see Winnemon has left the game. Brightwing has decided they're done with their team. Nope. I imagine it's just a connection error. We may see a wall of messages appear very shortly. But both teams are still playing on. Just gonna... Brightwing? Ah, there we go. Brightwing is back. Winneman has returned. And we do now see the objective of Frozen Punisher this time is taken by the side of under new management. And Frozen Punisher... Frozen Punisher? Really? That's my word to go with. Frozen Punisher is probably considered one of the it's probably considered the strongest one because it does let you just... It turns off structure. Sneaky Glades just maybe have had a little bit of a heart attack. As you see Leap coming out, we see Light Bomb onto the Mephisto, and actually Zloth gets relatively low, does have to back out. Liddell is pulled. There is Frozen Punisher still up. We're going to see the Frost Novas coming up now, I imagine, which will hit this fort, which means it will be frozen. Which, very good if you're the... Oh, that Sunder maybe just screwed over... I just fizzed a little bit from their damage combo, but we do see this fort getting relatively low. One last Frozen Nova will mean that it's frozen for that bit longer. And will it be taken down by that one? No, it's a hair left on it. One auto, essentially, from... Most of the blue team would have completed that, but hey, it didn't quite go down. I'm just going to click this minion because it's about to die. We do see that double ring coming out from... I just fizzed. We do see Command Mammo going down first, and we do see now... Let's click this one, this one's about to die. We do see that Alex Jukai is separated from the rest. Let's click on him. Yep, there we go. There's him going down. We do see now I just fizz stepping in. I'm going to keep clicking things, hoping they go away soon, because pushing E apparently doesn't fix them. There we go. And that will be mid-fort being taken. Yep, just one auto attack, as I said. And now, are we going to get a core here as I just visit getting that damage out onto it? Leap coming out, Light Bomb being following up. We do see a Hammer coming out following. So while we do see that Mephisto and Anduin we're taking out, Leeming and Brightwing we're taking out, as well as that is the Beyblade going off. Sneaky Glades takes down that final kill is taken. That will be the nail in the coffin. GG's called by Catrams, and that will be the game. And the series going over to under Newb management in a very convincing win in the end. Right, let me cut it on over to my game summary screen. I nearly clicked the wrong screen entirely. Let's just do this. As Vortex disappears, we can see that, yeah, it was still very much in favor of Newb management. They have done a excellent series here, which, if you're Juice Pirates, you didn't really, it's a bit of a shame, really, if you are them, but they did still have some very good points throughout that. They did have some very good fights that weren't favorable at first, but they were able to kind of turn in their favor with just getting the pressure off them and getting them kind of out of dodge. But it was very much at the end of the day, it was under Newb management's game to take, and it was under Newb management's game, and they very much took it, which, well done to them. Good stuff. Juice Pirates, I think, can still find their footing coming into the mid part of the season. There was a few things that didn't seem to connect with them, but I imagine that we can see that kind of pick up more and more as we go along. Because I knew it's not under Newb management was a team last season. I can't recall Juice Pirates' name appearing at least all that often. Just have a quick look at talent to see if anything stands out while we're here. We did have Q at 1 from Anduin, so we do have that even-handed blessings. We have seen the burst protection from Powered Shield a lot. But if you're going that, it definitely makes more sense to pick up the Anduin heal talent, as that is often more synergistic with it than the auto attack range and auto attacks being fired out of the end of the W. That's typically picked up there. Things Glass Cannon, Calamity build. I know it's a high skill build, and you did see that Catrams actually utilized it pretty well, but in the end of the day, they were still that quite squishy, and the Leap Light Bomb is a hell of a thing to dodge if you're a Leeming. You basically need your teleport up, but if you need to do damage with it, it becomes a bit questionable. Right, let me jump it on over to my map view screen and do a quick stretch. As I'm going to... As we do see, it was a tour by under Newb management with Garden of Terror and Infernal Shrines being taken by them. So that will be it for me, at least for now, as I have a thing coming up in about an hour and a half or so. So while, yes, I can technically do another, I do at least want some time to myself to prepare myself for that. So, to everyone in the chat and everyone who eventually watches this, I wish you all a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world, and you're very welcome, Zoff. It was a fun one to watch. But, as I said, that's it for me, so I'll see you all in the Nexus. Goodbye for now.